Hey guys, Mads from Leaf Outdoors back at you with another video. I guess some of you know these Altoids tin. At least I have seen a lot of the Altoids mini survival kits on YouTube. These Altoids tin are hard to get in Denmark. So the other night I was thinking, if I had to think outside of the box, what could I use in my home to build one of these kits? This is what I came up with. Yeah, this is a Pokémon Mini Tin. I got this from my daughter. I thought this would be cool to make into a small survival tin. I have built this mini survival kit around the 5 C's of survival and the rule of 3. So what this contains is the bare minimum of cover, combustion, cutting tool, cordage and container. This is my kit. This is how I like to do it. What you like to do is up to you. Stay tuned and I'll show you what's inside of this kit. So first off, I have these straps. They are multi-purpose, but they make sure that the container doesn't open while I have it in my pocket or in my bag or whatever I use it. These were just some straps that I had laying around. On the back side, I have my Phoenix fireballs. If you haven't seen these, I'll be showing them later. But I have 2 of these just to make sure it doesn't open. This is the tin. And for me, this is a really good size, actually. It fits a lot of items, but as I told you, today I brought the 5 C's of survival. So that's cover, cordage, combustion, cutting and container. But let's open up. So the first you'll see is these cotton pads. And as you may know, these are really good if you have to start a fire. You can fluff these up. You can also put Vaseline on them. Then you can use it to start your fire with. Then I have a lighter. This is a normal size big lighter. I usually bring this, as you can see in the size comparison. This is a mini big, but this was out of fuel. That was because this button was exposed and it was leaking gas. Just a quick fix. I have this cargo tape on the lighter. You can just take off a piece. This has so many purposes that you can use this for. But let me just show you what you can do. Then I'll just break this into 2 pieces and I'll put it together like this. Then you put this around and you just glue this together like this. So now that the button is isolated, your gear and other stuff won't push it and it won't leak gas. So that's just a quick tip for you. If you put lighters in your kits, remember to secure the button that releases the gas, or else this won't be usable. At least it will only be the flint inside that can make small sparks. So, but this is the lighter I brought today, normal size. This is an electronic lighter. So this is not with a flint. I would choose a flint normally, but I only had this one laying around. I have 2 feet of cargo tape, which is great for repairing gear, attending wounds, starting fire. You can make cordage. You can do a lot of things with the cargo tape. So I usually always bring 2 feet of cargo tape on my lighters. I have a small blade. This is the Spyderco Ladybug with the VG10 steel. This is a small but really capable knife. And yeah, this knife fits perfectly in this small kit. I could also have brought a small SAK Swiss Army knife. They carry a bit more applications, but I tend to pick this one because I usually use this for fire starting, so part of my combustion kit. But also cutting. Really grip tight on this. You can easily make feather sticks with this small knife, and that's harder with the Swiss Army knife, the small pocket knives. This is the cutting tool. So we have combustion, we have cutting tool, and we have cordage. I just brought some feet of this orange Paracord. The cool thing with Paracord is that if you cut it, if you need a longer piece of cordage, then you can just cut it in both ends. And inside you have these strings. You could take these pieces and put them together with a knot, and then you would have a longer piece of cordage. So out of this piece, you could actually make quite a long piece of cordage if you needed. In the introduction, I was talking about the rule of 3. And that's why I also brought this, some steel wire that you can use for snares and stuff like that to catch food. This is an emergency item, so if you're making snares, please make sure that you follow the rules in your country. It's not allowed in Denmark, but in a survival situation, it's different. Yeah. The rule of 3 states that you can survive 3 minutes without air, 3 hours in harsh conditions without cover, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. So, you had the steel wire for snare. You can just pull off the plastic insulation on this. It's quite easy. You can also use that for tinder to start a fire. And then you have the steel wire, and you can make snares out of this to catch small game. This is something new I made. I call these fire straws. I'll be showing you later what this is. But it's a straw, and inside I have put some highly flammable glue. And this burns real good, but I'll show you later when I start a fire. So this is also combustion. I have this small carabine. This is an old S-biner from Night Size. I've had these a long time. I bought 5 of these. And I use them occasionally for securing kit, for my small knives or my keys or something like that. But in this situation, I usually use this for my survival whistle. I brought a whistle, and yeah, let me just... This is really handy in a survival situation if you need to make aware of yourself and you're not able to scream or yell or whatever. A whistle is a really good and handy piece of gear. Then I just have a bag of, this is licorice, this is candy, Danish candy. And this is just some sort of morale booster. So if I'm low on energy, I can consume 2 of these. And let me just show you this. This card was inside this mini tin. I made my girls draw on this. So they made rainbows and stars and hearts and made a drawing of themselves. And this will be some sort of morale patch or card or whatever you like to call it. And this will remind me, why do I need to survive? Why do I need to get home? And a card like this will make me go a long way before giving up. Take into consideration to have something that can boost your morale. It can be candy, it can be cool gear that you know how to use. It can also be something sentimental like this, a card or a coin or whatever you like to use. I have this Mylar Rescue blanket or space blanket or whatever you like to call it. I'll just show you how to use this later in the video. But this is cover. This will grant you cover against elements. It will make, if you take this inside of your clothes, it will make you windproof. It will also isolate you and reflect the heat to your body instead of letting go of the body heat. So this is a neat and really cool piece of equipment that could really save life. We have combustion, fire straw, lighter, Phoenix fireballs and cotton pads. We have some cordage. We have a cutting tool. We have cover. And lastly, we have container. And I just thought, yeah, you know, this maybe not that big, but it is still a container. And this actually has a lot of applications too. You can boil water in it, you can transport tinder, you can make char cloth, you can actually prepare food in this also. If you put it on the fire and cook your food inside. I know it's not a lot, but you could carry a small amount of water in this also. If you find a water source, then you can actually put some water in this, fill it up, put the lid on, take your cargo tape and wrap it around the tin and make this almost waterproof so you can carry the water without spilling it. Even though it's some sort of a gimmick, I actually think this kit is viable, and I think it's, if not better than the Altoids tin, at least it's almost up there. It's a bit bigger. For me, that's not a problem at all. I have these cargo pants, and for me that's perfect. Almost not able to see the tin inside. If you didn't have cargo pants, you can just put it in your pocket, your regular pocket in your jeans. It also fits there. But yeah, guys, this is what it contains. These are the items that I choose. What you choose to put in your survival tin is up to you. And let me know what you think of this idea. Is this something that you have laying around in your house? Or maybe you could get from a neighbor for free, or someone you know who have kids or who just collects these. I think this kit is actually quite cool. Yeah, and it's fun. Also on the back you have this piece of cardboard. This will also serve as a fire starting material for tinder. So yeah, I think this is a really cool kit. and I like it. But I'll just pack the items back in the kit. Then I'll be taking the Mylar Rescue blanket and I'll be showing you what you can use this for. And just like that, you're ready to go. But guys, let's get a fire going. I have some wood laying around over here that I hope is pretty dry. Maybe it's not, but yeah, it's what I have right now. If I wanted, I could just go inside and take some of the dead branches, but this will have to work for now. I brought my small Bushcraft axe with me today. The Altoids, I showed you that one before. This is a great small axe. Let's try and chop some of this up. This is not the best log to chop up your wood, but yeah, it's what I have right now, so it'll have to work. And when I'm done with this, preparing for the fire, this is the most essential part of starting a fire. It's preparing the tinder and the kindling, so when you have your flames going, you are ready to fuel the fire so it doesn't go out. So this process is actually really important. I brought my bush box stove today, so I'll be using a lot of small material. So I'll just cut this down to smaller pieces. As always, take care of your legs, your hands while doing this. This is a sharp tool and it's really dangerous if you cut yourself. And now I'll be just setting up my bush box. This is a really cool mini stove. I've used it a lot. This is stainless steel. This is the cheaper version. I actually always wanted the titanium one, but yeah, I thought it was too expensive. So I think the only difference between the stainless steel one and the one in titanium, this is more heavy and the titanium one is lighter. So I'll take the Phoenix fireball. I will take my fire straws and I'll just be demonstrating these for you. I'll take my lighter and yeah, I'll start with that. You should do these small shavings to let the airflow run in between the wood, and this will catch a flame easier than just a solid piece of wood. So you can do this in both sides. You could do finer shavings than I just did here, but this is just to demonstrate how you do feather sticks. You can actually just break this off and then you have this to start the fire with. And as you can hear, it's already burning. So I could use this just like a candle and put my firewood down beside it to catch the flames. But I'm also going to use my Phoenix fireballs. So I just pull this apart and then I'll put this down here. And now I just need to feed the flames. I'll be putting the water on. And then I have my lid for a faster boil. I made this myself, and this is really good. It keeps the heat inside the tin or the canteen, but it's also made of aluminum, so it cools down really quick. So you could leave this on the ground for a few minutes, and then you could put it in your bag or pick it up with your fingers without any problems. Yeah, we have a boil. So as you can see, this is hot, but I'm able to take it with my fingers because this is out of aluminum, so it cools down really quick. Already now I'm able to hold it without burning myself. Just brought some coffee and my daddy cup. just like that. Cup of coffee. And the cool part with these steel cups is that if the coffee gets cold, you can just reheat it on your heat source. Before I go, I will just show you the cover, how you can use that in a survival situation to make sure you don't get hypothermia, or just to make a shelter if to take cover from the rain or the elements. So let me show you that. The Mylar Rescue blanket, as it's called. For those of you who don't know what this is a cover that you can use to prevent hypothermia. You can also use this as a tarp and build a shelter out of it. I'll just show you how to put this on yourself or another person. If they are suffering from hypothermia or close to hypothermia, then you can put this on to isolate them and keep the body heat inside and not out. So this is actually just like a blanket. You open it up, take out the plastic, and then you just fold it out. And this is actually quite big, as you can see. And this is reflective. You see what when the sun hits, this reflects heat, sunlight, and your body heat towards you again. So when you put this on, it's really important that it's towards your skin and not on your clothes. But what I usually do is I pick a corner, then I take a piece of the blanket and I roll it around and make a knot. And I would pull this up and use this as a hat, like this. And the other part of the blanket I would wrap. I don't know if you can hear this because this is a bit noisy, but I would wrap this on myself, just like this. Then I would take my jacket or my shirt or whatever and pull it down here. You could also put this down the pants to make sure it covers your legs, but the most important parts to cover is, of course, the head. A lot of body heat escapes through the head, but your vitals are the most important area too. So around your stomach and around your back. And when I said the head is one of the key parts where heat escapes, that's why I made this, so you can put this down. Just like that. And this is a way to prevent hypothermia if you're in a survival situation, or just as a situation in your car where the heat breaks down in the middle of the night in the winter. Then it's really nice to have these Mylar space blankets laying around. I always have at least 2 of these in my car and 1 in my bag. Yeah, so this is how it works. Then you can find a spot near a tree, and you can just temporarily use this as cover until it stops raining. Yeah, but it's actually not raining that much right now. So guys, let me just show you. If you were to make a quick shelter, you could just use a branch like this. Just take off the majority of the small branches with your paracord from your kit. And if I took out the twines like I showed you before, I would have 6 of these, and I only need 4. And then you would take your corners and you would wrap your paracord around, and then you would secure. You could make tent stakes out of wood. I've made that in my $22 survival kit. I made tent stakes out of small pieces of wood, and then you could just do paracords in all 4 corners and secure the top, and then you could stand inside and make this a shelter. As always, guys, if you like the content, feel free to leave a like, a comment, or even subscribing. Thank you for tuning in. Mads from Leaf Outdoors. signing out.